Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you wanted to join me today because today we're going to talk about something that I haven't talked about for a very long time. I'm old. When I started this YouTube channel, I wanted to explore zero waste and I was in my transitioning journey myself. I still am at some point, but most of my videos were targeted at beginners like myself. And now that I no longer consider myself a zero waste beginner, I've been at this for over 2 years, I thought, or maybe I developed my videos so that would fit, a group of people that were much like myself, not beginners, but somewhat experienced within the zero waste field. But I realized that maybe I should keep doing videos for beginners as well, or people that want to look into zero waste, because sometimes when I talk about zero waste and I don't talk about it with beginners, consciously, sometimes it maybe can sound a bit hard or difficult, or there are lots of things maybe that isn't being introduced properly, but just thrown right in there. So I'm going to do another zero waste for beginners video. It's been a very long time. My old videos, I will either link them down below or I will put them in the end of this video. So if you're interested in seeing my zero waste beginners, for beginners, with beginners, by beginners videos, maybe you should go check them out, because this is going to me now talking to beginners or people who want to get started or curious about the zero waste lifestyle. This video is for you. I get the same question a lot, and it's always related to, isn't this difficult, or isn't this hard, or why do you do this? This seems so inconvenient to you. And I talked about this on my blog before as well, and I mentioned, I will leave that down below as well, but I mentioned that living zero waste, yes, of course it's difficult, because everything worth doing is difficult. Everything worth doing takes some effort. That's just how it is, and that's how it is with everything, with your diet, with exercise, with your lifestyle in general, with making a family, with living. If you want to do everything easy, then it's not a very exciting life now, is it? So I've always been drawn to trying things and experimenting with things that are difficult, because I think that's how you live. But it seems that a lot of people are stuck in this convenience bubble, and I want to burst that for a bit. The first step to take towards zero waste, the first thing that I did in order to open my mind to the possibilities and to the ways to live zero waste, was to stop thinking about convenience. Convenience has developed into this really important value in our society, that everything has to be convenient because your time matters and these valuable seconds matters all the time. That is why we have disposable coffee cups and disposable cutlery and plastic bags. It's because it should be convenient for the consumer, or the purchaser, the user of these items, to use them. It's supposed to be easy for you. So what I told myself and what kept me going and what inspired me in the first place to begin all this was the realization that my inconvenience is completely irrelevant. I do not save lives by saving a few extra seconds not getting my own coffee cup but getting a disposable one. Those seconds spared for me is completely useless and completely irrelevant, because I'm not that busy and I'm not that important. So when I say your inconvenience is completely irrelevant, I'm not talking about a doctor saving precious lives with a few seconds to spare, because of course his inconvenience is quite relevant, because I don't need to explain that. But just normal everyday people in a normal everyday setting, we don't need these few seconds spared. We can use these seconds to actually make quite a lot of impact, and instead we want to spare these seconds and just get the easy thing, because this is too much of an inconvenience for me to do the other things, like bringing your own coffee cup or bringing your own cutlery or just grabbing a canvas bag on your way out. It seems to a lot of people, I think of these things as really small insignificant changes, because it's something you can easily incorporate into your daily life and not really notice it. It's just routine, and it's something that's so easy to do, and yet people still ask me, isn't it difficult? Isn't it difficult to remember? And it's just such a minor inconvenience that I wouldn't even recognize it as an inconvenience. It's just, it baffles me sometimes that these small things sometimes are talked about in a context where they become so big and where they become so inconvenient to people not living zero waste but looking at it from the outside. Because starting zero waste, there are difficult things and there are major inconveniences that you need to, you know, recognize. Like where to buy in bulk. It's not the same for everyone, and you need to find what is in your area, and that can be an inconvenience in the sense that it can take time and it can take effort, and sometimes it's more expensive. But these small things that everybody can do, those are not inconveniences. Those are the very, very least things we can do. If you're not a doctor saving lives, and you know, it's the few seconds in the lost end that count, then it doesn't matter. Then you can do these things, you can incorporate them into your lives easily without any effort. And once I started to think about that, and once I started to think about how do I use these seconds I spare using disposable items, I use them in front of my computer watching Netflix, I use them vacuuming my room, I use them getting to school. It's not important. It's not that important. It's not those few seconds or minutes that will make the difference. In the other end, if you do use your own things, it is those seconds that make the difference. So this was just a really short and rambly video for me, but I hope that you liked it. If you have any tips for zero waste beginners down below, please leave them down below. Also, I have another zero waste for beginners video that is more hands-on, like how to find alternatives to this and this and this. But I will leave them down below, like I said, in the end of this video, and I hope that you will go and watch them. Also, are you interested in more of these videos, like a new series for beginners where I talk to you now? If you do, then leave a comment down below as well. Also, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. That would make my day. And of course, I hope to see you guys next time. Take really good care of yourselves. Until then, see you all in my next video. Bye!